Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be discussing how good Kafka will be for players, especially free to play, what she can offer as well compared to our other DPS characters such as Zila, Blade, Yingqing, Jingyuan, and so on. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. To begin, I'd like to discuss what we know officially about Kafka's kit from livestream and possible ways that she can be used playstyle wise based on what we do know. To begin, her skill allows her to attack an enemy and deals extra damage when an enemy is inflicted with damage over time. Due to this, you'd ideally want damage over time inflicted onto the enemy before using her skill. There are multiple ways to go about this, which is Kafka inflicting her own damage over time onto enemies within her kit before using her skill, or speed tuning your team to where another teammate inflicts a form of damage over time onto an enemy in order to take advantage of Kafka's detonation, which will be highly beneficial so that she could do more damage onto enemies. If you do not have another damage over time user or one that is invested into, then you'll have to take advantage of Kafka's ability to shock enemies, as it'll allow her detonation to still do consistent damage onto enemies if you have a good uptime on her shock. But once she's released, we'll be able to see how good her uptime actually is. As for Kafka's ultimate, she'll be able to deal damage to enemies, and she'll also have a chance to shock them with her ultimate, which the shock can complement her skill due to how she would like damage over time inflicted onto an enemy for as long and as much as possible for the additional damage output. Kafka also has follow-up attacks from what it seems, and when an ally uses a basic attack, what it looks like from the live stream, and her technique also deals damage to enemies as well. A technique or any attack from a lightning character breaking an enemy is another way to have damage over time inflicted onto them, which would be shock, and this can also apply to other characters that do inflict damage over time, such as wind shear, bleed, and so on. Overall though, from what we do know about Kafka based on the live stream and what she's able to do, she does look pretty good due to the fact that she can shock enemies herself if need be. This can allow her to be a bit less reliant on other teammates in order to take advantage of her skill kit. But of course, this depends fully on her uptime once she is here, which I will be going over, of course, once she's here. Also, just out of curiosity, what snacks and treats do you think Kafka likes? I think she would like Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. Tokyo Treat comes in this cute little box, and so does Sakura Co. Tokyo Treat is a monthly pop Japanese snack subscription box, and you will get 20 of the latest exclusive seasonal flavored snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time. As for Sakura Co., it is a monthly authentic Japanese snack subscription box. Sakura Co. is supporting local Japanese snack makers. Each box comes with 20 traditional and authentic Japanese snacks as well, including Japanese teas and special Japanese tableware. As for this month's monthly theme, it is the Tokyo Treat Fireworks Flavor Fest, which is all about that the summer isn't over, and summer in Japan is all about food, festivals, and fireworks. As for Sakura Co., it is the Festivals of Okinawa. This allows you to join the Festivals of Okinawa, which is Japan's popular tropical paradise. You'll be able to try out these tasty snacks and also get a really nice tea as well. It also comes with a booklet that can inform you about the snacks you receive and also a wealth of information about Japanese culture. I enjoy eating a treat or two when I'm watching anime or my favorite shows, or even when I play Honkai Star Rail, to enjoy something nice while I do play my favorite games or once again watch my favorite shows. Make sure to also check out Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat in the description down below, and thank you Sakura Co. and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring today's video, and now let's carry on. Now that we've fully gone over the basis of Kafka, what does her kit possibly allow for or open up potential for? I do believe Kafka will be the queen of damage over time, due to allowing for a new way to go about damage over time in a sense where when it's her turn, she's able to inflict additional damage based on how much damage over time, or just that damage over time is inflicted onto the enemy, and when the enemy's turn begins, they will also take damage based on the damage over time that is inflicted onto them as well. As a result, a lot of damage can be accumulated onto enemies through her, as well as your other damage over time that is inflicted on to the enemy, even if it does seem a bit slower on the damage accumulation. But this is a new enhanced damage over time playstyle from what we do know. Another thing to consider is the unique playstyle. This can allow other characters to shine more in modes like Memory of Chaos, such as Sampo, possibly Luca depending on how he is when he comes out, and other damage over time users as well. I personally think Sampo will be one of the best partners due to his ability to inflict wind shear quite often, and also his ultimate being able to increase the damage that is dealt from damage over time. But other damage over time users who can inflict it consistently can be a nice option as well to consider, since if someone does not have Sampo or doesn't want to use him and rather use a character such as Himiko, she won't be able to increase the damage over time dealt to enemies through her ultimate such as Sampo can. However, she can inflict burns with her attacks, and since she has AoE attacks, this can allow for burn to be inflicted on multiple enemies. I'll personally attempt to try most, if not all, damage over time users when she's here just to see if it allows for a higher potential within these other characters and how good the teams are when it comes to modes like Memory of Chaos. I would personally recommend whoever is invested in a damage over time playstyle, and whenever we do get future characters that also do damage over time, it's likely that Kafka will pair nicely with them. The possibility of her being good to pick up and use for a long-term investment is definitely there as well. I've gone over it in a prior video, but just for those who haven't seen those videos, for Kafka with a level 5 basic attack and level 8 skill, talent, and ultimate, here's how much materials Kafka will need. And this is based on closed beta 2, and however, since Lois did not get changed for the materials he needs, I doubt Kafka would either. But as you see, you will need to be able to play through the new story we got in 1.2 in order to get the boss material for a few talent ascensions. Since she releases now in less than a week, keeping the materials needed in mind can be useful so that when she is here, you can fully use her. As for relics, the Sizzling Thunder set is a pretty good consideration since it can increase lightning damage and increases attack for 1 turn after a skill is used, which can allow for more damage potential. Since we do know that her detonation is from her skill and deals additional damage, it's highly likely that you will want to skill often onto enemies, so being able to power up her skills with the Sizzling Thunder set can be nice to try. Since damage over time scales also with attack, you can consider a planar set such as Space Sailing Station since it boosts your attack. Another thing to keep in mind is that damage over time does not crit, which has been shown within the game already and has been tested. Due to that, attack is highly beneficial since that's primarily what it will scale off of, and affect hit rate as well, dependent on the character's base chance to inflict their form of damage over time. Once Kafka is here, I will go everything in my complete guide regarding how to build her, but for now, pre-farming can be quite useful in order to be able to use her once she is released and see her potential. Overall, I think Kafka will be a great character to consider pulling for, and one that will offer a very unique playstyle, and also will open the door for more damage over time to be used more often and allow for other characters to possibly be used as well more often to complement her. Let me know in the comments down below if you are planning to go for Kafka, and also make sure to check out Tokyo Treat in my description down below for some tasty snacks. If you did enjoy the video also, make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and like always, I hope you all have a nice one. Peace.